Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Wednesday Senior Sweat workout. I thought I would change up my venue. Usually I come to you from my gym inside my home, but today I thought I would take it outdoors in the shade while it's still a little cool and breezy to give you a variety. I'm Meg from Empowered by Meg, in case you are tuning in for the first time, so welcome. Our workout that we are going to offer up today is something that you can tailor to suit all of your fitness levels. So whatever you need this to be, make it your own. Okay, we are going to get started with some little drills to warm up your body. You don't need anything equipment-wise for this workout. Remember, anytime you're moving your body is something that is good. If you do have some props like dumbbells or hand weights or resistance bands, that's awesome. Feel free to incorporate them. But there's lots of things that you can do at home or wherever you might find yourself using everyday objects that most people probably have access to, and even just nothing at all, working with your own body weight. So let's get to it. All right, so I have a old broomstick here. Maybe you actually have one of these, or a dowel, or even your actual broom. So start it off with your feet about hip width distance apart, arms down at your side, and just start to raise your arms up overhead, holding that broomstick. And if you don't have one of these, you can just follow along by raising your arms up overhead. Okay, now we're going to stop with our arms out in front at about shoulder height, and we're going to take it to a twist. Now, you don't have to be doing this workout outside. If it's too hot for you, you can feel free to follow along indoors, and you may sit or stand at any time and modify as you need it to be. All right, I'm going to raise those arms back up overhead, and I'm going to take it into a side bend. Opening up my side body. Good. All right, I'm going to use this broomstick to steady myself, and I'm going to take it into some hip swings. You might notice that I'm working out without shoes on today. That's also an option for you. When you are engaging in your physical activity, make sure you're comfortable. Make it what you need it to be. Depending upon what you're doing, there might be times where you might want to make sure that you have proper shoe attire and foot attire. But sometimes it's nice just to be a little bit more free. So if that's what you're feeling today, follow along with me. All right, I'm going to continue to use this pole here for some balance, and you can feel free to do the same or hold on to something if you don't have a broomstick or pole. I'm just going to take it out to a side squat, stepping from side to side. I also thought that this might be a great workout for you if you are working in small space, or you have yourself in an area where you don't really have a lot of room to move around. You can still get a great workout. Good. All right, so we're going to get started. I'm going to put this down off to the side. We'll be incorporating it again later, and we're going to do some cardio warm-up. So take it into a little bit of a jog or a fast-paced march, whatever you have. And stop. Okay, set your feet apart about hip width distance, and we're going to take it into some body weight squats. So sit back into your hip, breath out as you stand. If you need to hold on to something, hold on to something. I'm going to turn to the side so you can get a little better view of this. Remember, it's always about pushing your hips and your butt back. Breathing out as you stand. Tall, proud chest. And if you're not able to perform these squats, maybe you could take it into a standing or seated alternating leg extension. Good. All right, now we're going to do a push-up. So If you're able to come down onto the floor and do a push-up, that's great. If you're not able to do one of those, if you're not able to do a push-up off the floor, but doing one off of a wall is too easy for you, okay, you can do something like this. So I have my sitting wall here. I'm going to come place my hands on it. I'm going to walk my legs behind me, and I'm going to bend my elbows, lean in, breathe out, push away. Now your goal here is to engage that core. Make sure you're using that upper body to press. Maybe get yourself 5 to 10 of those, or whatever you are able to comfortably do. If you're not able to do any style of push-up, perhaps take it into a standing chest press, using just your own body weight, activating the upper body specifically through your chest, your arms, and your shoulders. All right, once we do that, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna come back to my bar here, okay, my pole, my dowel, and I'm gonna turn my palms so they face up, and I'm gonna take it into a bicep curl. Again, you can feel free, if you have weights, to incorporate those weights, or just follow along with simple body weight movements. Focusing on keeping your arms down close to your sides, curling all the way up to the top. And now I'm going to take it, I'm going to reverse my grasp, and I'm going to take this to an overhead press. So pressing my arms up, breath out as I press it up. Again, always welcome to modify by making this easier, just raising your arms, make it harder. Hold some weights instead. Good, awesome. All right, I'm gonna go back to using this for some balance assistance, and I'm gonna take it into some reverse lunges. So I'm gonna hold on steady here. I'm gonna step back with one foot, step back together, step back on the other side, step together. I'm gonna keep alternating that. And I'll turn to the side a bit so you can see that. Again, lowering my back knee down towards the ground, keeping that front knee so that as I step back, that knee doesn't push my weight forward. I lower straight down. If you're not able to come all the way down and bend into a lunge, you could just take it into a step back, keeping your legs mostly straight, modifying it so it's more about a balance transfer and working one leg at a time. Great. All right, so take a little breather. If you are joining me outdoors, make sure you have water. Again, I'm doing this all under shade, so it is a lot cooler and there is a nice little breeze. Okay, we're gonna roll through that again. And again, we're gonna make it a little bit circuit-based. So start it off, and I want you to take it into a little bit of a jog. I might do a few different things this time around, but we're incorporating a little bit of everything. We're getting that heart rate up. Feel free to do whatever activity you like that gets your entire body moving. It doesn't have to be exactly what I show you. I try to bring you different options, which again, is the reason why we're outdoors today. And stop. Okay, I'm gonna set my feet hip width distance apart. I'm gonna take it into a squat, your choice of how you're going to do this. I'm gonna use my bar here this time, and I'm gonna bring it up here, up at my chest. I'm gonna keep it here. I could also put it on the top of my back. It's a little bit more challenging though, so you might want to keep it in front. Or maybe you use it to hold on to and balance, because maybe you're new to squatting. Sit back. Good. Okay, now I'm going to take it back to my wall. I'm going to take it into my push-ups again. You modify as you see fit. Keep your core tight. Breathe out, push away. If I needed to modify this further, I could walk my legs in, bend my knees, and focus on just bending my elbows to bring my chest towards that wall. Good. All right, I'm going to bring it back up. I'm going to grab my broomstick again, and I'm going to turn my palms so they face up. I'm going to curl it up, taking it into those bicep curls, all the way top to bottom. Remember, it's also about making a mental connection, telling your body, my arms need to curl. Now bring it up overhead. Breathe out, press it up overhead. And again, we are working outdoors, so if you hear background noise, it's the great outdoors. But hopefully you can follow along visually if you can't always hear. Good. All right, now we're going to take it into those alternating reverse lunges or step backs. And again, feel free to use your broomstick or hold on to something, taking it into that alternating step back. Good. All right, go ahead, take a little bit of a breather, and then we're going to put this down, and we're going to work in a couple other everyday objects. Now, maybe you have, this is a planting pot, it's an extra one. It has not found a home for any plants yet. Maybe that's today's project. So right now it's empty. But if you had a pot or a bucket or a trash bin, this could be something that you could use to implement into your workout. You could use it empty like this, or you could fill it with something. You could fill it with some books, you could fill it with some groceries. You could grab a couple of rocks around your yard, whatever you've got, anything that would make this bucket a little bit heavier than just the bucket itself. Okay, and again, we can use this as something to get a good little workout. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to press it up over my head, and then I'm going to push it away from me. So I go up, and then I go out, and I'm working my upper body with this. Remember, you don't have to have something fancy, you don't have to have access to a lot of stuff to get a good workout. You just need to have a little bit of creativity, imagination, and some mind-body awareness. Good. All right, now I'm going to work on my back muscles, and I'm going to bend forward. I'll demonstrate from the side. Again, I can hold on to the sides of this bucket, and I can pull and row, and now I'm working my back. Breath out as we pull. I know that a lot of people, if they find themselves homebound, it can be lonely out there. You also might be frustrated if you're not able to get back into a normal routine of places that you typically have gone to. Maybe you don't feel comfortable going places even though they might be open and you can have access to it. So it's a great alternative. Awesome. Good. Okay, so we've got one more thing that we're going to do. We're going to use the bucket again. Options again. You can either have objects that add a little bit of weight in your bucket, or you can take them out. That's the beauty of using something like this. You can make it lighter or heavier depending upon what it is. And we're going to pick it up, and then we're going to put it back down, and we're going to do basically a deadlift. Okay? So I've got my bucket, and I've got it, my feet on either side of it. All right? And it is centered right under my body. So I'm going to bend my legs. I'm going to lift my chest, I'm going to grab the sides of my bucket, and I'm going to push through the floor to stand back up, and then I'm going to put it down and reach up nice and tall, and same thing. Pick it up, drive my feet through the floor to push myself through the floor, put it back down, stand back up nice and tall. Now I'm also adding this overhead reach. Make sure that you are sliding your hips and your butt back, bending those knees. I'll turn to the side and do a few from the side for you, right? Keeping that chest high. You don't want to be bending over and lifting with your back, okay? I did a squat. It's more of a squat deadlift. And if you had weights, you could be doing this same thing, holding on to dumbbells or hand weights, whatever you feel comfortable with. One more. and release it. All right, slide that off to the side. All right, so let's take it into a little bit of a stretch and a cool down. That was a great total body workout that we did in about 15 minutes. Hope you enjoyed that. And if you did do it outside, you also got a nice little dose of fresh air. So very important after your workout to go into something that cools your body down. Make sure that it includes some stretching and some static moves. So we're just going to take it into a side bend, open up that side body, release it, switch it up for me. Release it. Go ahead, take those arms, interlace them behind your back. Release it. You can even use your broomstick again to take it into your stretch and your cool down. Let's stretch out the backs of your legs, specifically your hamstrings. Hold this for some balance. I'm going to take my left leg, heel to the ground in front of me, okay? I'm gonna sit back into my hip and I'm gonna feel that stretch down the back of my leg. That is my hamstring. Release it. I'm gonna do the same thing, opposite side. Release it. I'm gonna come and sit on the edge of my wall here. I'm gonna stretch out my hips. Take my right foot. Oh, there's a bee. I'm gonna try not to get stung. I'm gonna cross my foot over my thigh. I'm just gonna hold it here. This is gonna open up your hip. You might not be able to get into this position, so if you can't, you might wanna skip this one. If you wanna intensify this, go ahead. Reach forward, fold forward, or just reach your arms. That is my puppy Pearl cheering us on. She's excited that we're almost done, because that means we get playtime. And now switch it, same thing on the opposite side. Reach it forward and release. Nice job, everybody. So go finish your workout with a big glass of water. Make sure that if you did do this outside, that again, you stay nice and hydrated and do it in the shade. Don't be doing this out in the bright sunshine. Preferably you want to stay in a cool area. For me, this was cool. Might not be for you, so you might be taking this workout indoors if you're choosing to do it later. Speaking of which, you can feel free to check out all of my workout videos, Senior Sweat, listed on my YouTube channel. I thank you for showing up today. You moved your body. Remember, whatever you do, make sure that it's something that feels good to you, that makes you happy and brings you joy. That is never a wrong thing. I will see you next week. Have a great day and rest of your week. I'm Meg from Empowered by Meg.